Hey guys, we just brought home our last group of nannies and kids to wean. We've never weaned these. They were doing real good out on pasture, and so we left them there until just now. And we got to. It's kind of cold today. We had to warm up all our warmer and vaccines. We got to put our vaccine into some water. The needles will freeze. Warm up our warmers because they're water based. A couple of them are anyway. And so it's kind of a cold, windy day here. Probably 25 degrees, I guess, but the wind's kind of stiff. So we'll get started. So we stuck our vaccine things in our pocket. Try to get them warmed up, keep them from freezing them while they're in the bottle. And you can see we stuck these in that water. It's probably about 50-degree water, but we have had to use warm water on occasion, but we'll try this. And then we had to put our warmer and such in the heater of the pickup because it sat outside all night, so yeah, it was going to freeze up. But now once we get it warmed up, we hope it's going to stay warm the rest of the time. I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but if you do one thing that'll help you out, it'll be when you castrate, notch the ears of one sex or another. We notch the ears of the male kids as we castrate them. And then you can always just look at it and tell if that's a male or female. You get ready to sell them, you don't want to maybe sell a female or something. You just look at the ear notch and you can tell. It'll really save you a lot of time. You have to pull the tail up on every single one. And then we also, after we tag something, we tag a female in the left ear if she's in the breeding herd, and that tells us it's a female. The bucks, we put tags in their right ear, but then we started putting them in both ears because sometimes they lose one. So we just put that yellow tag. We don't use those yellow tags for anything else. So there's a nanny that she's got her scrapies tag. It's in the left ear. We know that's a nanny. She comes down the alleyway right away. And so the kids then, we do the same thing. As they're castrated, we put the notch in the right ear, the ones we castrate. And that'll let us know, just coming down the alleyway, male or female. If we're sorting something off to go to sale or something, it's a real easy sort then. It saves you a lot of time and effort. Well, we got them worked. Got the kids weaned off. They stayed at home. We've got the nannies back here. We did what I like to call freshen up the bucks. Sometimes we have more bucks than we need, and it's usually a good thing. So we put 2 or 3 more bucks in here. What it does, those bucks are ready to go. It just gets everybody get their mind on what they should be doing again, if you know what I mean. And those fresh bucks get in there and they get to chasing around and start sniffing around, breeding everything that's walking, and the bucks that's been here say, uh-oh, we better get busy. And so it's just a little insurance, something. We had plenty of bucks in to start with, but we had more than we need, so we put a few more in there. And I don't know if I've ever told you this, I think I probably have, but we always, so we load these up, I don't know, let's say there's 300 nannies here. We left 3 of them in the pen here. We had our wormer with us, and we wormed. If any of the 3 needs worm, we worm it. If you're vaccinating, then bring vaccine with you, and leave, I don't know, like at least 3 in the pen, so the dogs will stay here. And the dogs will, they're still kind of anxious about what's going on, but if there's some goats here in the pen, they'll stay here. Before I started doing that, it's been years ago, I learned that because I had my dogs follow me home like 6 or 7 miles from where I was hauling the nannies home to work them or wean the kids or something. And those dogs followed me home. Well, I got a few phone calls before they got to my house, of course. And so then we learned to just leave. 3 works good. 2, they get kind of nervous if there's just 2 of them. Don't just do 1, of course. So yeah, 3 seems to work about right. 4, and you know, even if the dogs aren't in the pen with them, they'll stay here. We've not had any chases out since we've been doing that. Well, it's a cold, windy day. The sun's kind of went behind the clouds now. So hey, hope y'all have a good one. Kind of an afterthought here, but another thing I like to do is put them all back in the pen and then let them all out at once. You know, if you got several trailer loads, I don't like to just back up to the gate and turn them out in the pasture, and then the next load's out in the pasture, trying to find the others. Whew, man. But yeah, so we unload them back in the pen, hold them here until everybody's here, and then let them all out together. Maybe there's nothing to it, it's just something I like to do. I think they're calmer, they feel better about it. That's just me. Quinn's taking off to go get the fence hot around this pasture.